I was gonna go for a shower and I have not got around to that yet, but I just had a memory come through, like, boom. I was like singing away, trying to do the piano to All Is Found from Frozen 2, and like, okay, this situation wasn't a good situation, not a good memory, but learning point. Okay, I remember I was home alone, sing my heart out, speaker on. My neighbour walked in the house. Same neighbour as my mother has now. She walked into the house to do something or to give something back. She was like, "Oh, you sound like a dying cat." And I realised now why it's been such a journey for me to be able to share my voice, because she's not the only one. That was a very common thing that I was told. Like, if someone was, like, it's not even if it's good or bad, it's if someone was singing, it would be like, "Oh, you sound like a dying cat. You sound like nails on a scratch board." And you know what? That is not productive at all. I'm glad I've experienced that, so I don't have to allow my further generations to be able to experience that. But invading someone's privacy and then insulting them. So, like, coming into someone's safe space and being like, what you're doing is wrong, because I understand the intention behind it is to say something about the thing that they're passionately doing. You're wanting to come into that conversation and come into that realm, but you're doing it in the wrong way. And, like, motherfucker, that is also the person who, when I tried to, she told me I was doing it all for attention. So, me and that person, we're not vibrationally aligned. That's okay. Learning lesson, learning point. Kinda, possibly she can hear me now, but that's fine. At least she knows that she fucked up. Because if someone's doing that, why, if someone's like singing, enjoying themselves, why are you trying to turn them down? Why is that your go-to? Why not try lift them up? Is it because as you're lifting them up, you're realising how far behind you are because you're not willing to follow your passions and pursue the things that you actually want to do? Very much potentially. And, like, I understand talking about my mother's neighbour is something that I probably would never have done in the past until that thought came so heavily through. I was playing the piano and felt like I got hit by a train, bruv. Not even a negative way. It's not even like I'm so grr about this. It's like, wait, oh, that was a ride. I am moving away from my, like, marathon illness. Never been ill for that long in my life. I'm, like, almost better, but, like, when I cough, I just get, like, a load of phlegm. And it's alright. It's alright until, like, I'm coughing with my mouth open, then phlegm goes in places that phlegm shouldn't be, and I'm like, why is there phlegm on my face? You know? We go through difficult times to teach us things, and knowing that, it gives me it empowers me to be able to see it from a different side instead of seeing it from, oh, I'm a victim, you know? Like, this person said this mean thing to me and this is the reason why I can't do that. Instead of having it as so disempowering, allowing it to be empowering. Allowing it to be like, okay, they said some shit about me, now I get to learn more about myself. They did something that was not germane to my vibration. Right, I need to know, does the word germane is it actually a name or a word? Is it a name or a word? Because I remember Abraham Hicks, like, I was watching a video of it, and she was like, it's not germane to my vibration, so I'm gonna release it. And do you know what? I cannot for the life of me find that word. I'm like, there, Google, what's germane mean? And then the Google's like, germane is a name, often used in America. The root of the word is brother, but it can also be used to talk about Germany. I'm like, okay, that's not what I thought of the word. I thought germane Like, I thought it was a very different thing, bruv. I thought we were on a different realm of conversation. Didn't realise we were talking about someone's name. Didn't realise we were on nouns. I thought we were on, like, verbs, adjectives, fucking anything but not nouns. Didn't reckon we'd be on nouns. Right, it's getting bad because as the drink's getting lower, the ginger's getting closer and it still looks like pineapple. If you haven't watched the other video, you wouldn't get that. But yeah, that experience itself, like both of those experiences with that person, they weren't positive experiences. But that depends on how you see it. Because I'm here right now saying it's not a positive experience, but it taught me something. It has allowed me to grow and learn and to understand more about myself. So, working through the discomforting feeling of singing, even though that experience has happened before, where I've been peacefully in my own home, singing away, in a peaceful place, and someone has literally entered through the front door and, in a sense, stolen my voice. Because at that point in time, I did not know enough to keep singing. Something that stunted my growth instead of something that uplifted me to grow further. And there's so many points that I can learn from it. So if I hold on to the fact that this is a bad situation, if I view it as a bad situation, I cannot extract any of the beautiful teaching points. I cannot extract the fact that I understand more about perception and about how words matter, and I understand more about uplifting people and helping them to learn and experience more of life. It's not about being good at it, but it's about experiencing more of expression, more of existence, more of creation. And I've learned that when the world tries to silence you, you don't need to listen. You don't need to cower in a corner like the world tells you to. You can stand tall and you can say, no, I will use my voice and I will use it for me. It's like, I've spoken about this before, but on TikTok. It's like the time where I on my lunch breaks, I'm not saying I can sing, I'm not saying I can't sing, I'm not getting involved in the logistics of things. I'm just saying on my lunch breaks I used to sing either headphones in or speaker on. Didn't give a shit. There was one time I was singing away through my merry ting. I was feeling a little bit like, ooh. So I'm not really enjoying this today. I've only got headphones in and this is a speaker day. Like, I want to be able to focus on, everyone can hear the music, it's fine. Like, if I fuck up a word, it's fine. And we were a bit wobbly. Like, in vibrationally, like, we're not getting into the whole logistics of voice. And someone was walking down the street, very loudly, very proudly, told me to fuck off and shut up. And what I did not get aggressive. I was sat down, I arose from my seat, headphone still in, well, one headphone in, and I sang louder. And I opened my chest and I got proper into the song, and they were carrying on, like, shouting at me to shut the fuck up. So I started walking very gently, ever so close, like, not ever so close to them, ever so slightly closer to them, as they were carrying on their trajectory. They were en route, carrying on their trajectory, and I just walked a little bit closer to them, and then I was like, situation had been and gone, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna carry on singing then. Guess that's what we gotta do, because, like, work through the first bit, now I just gotta work through the rest of it. Like, you know, you get the build of anxiety in your chest, and you're like, you just gotta work through it, my dear. Because, like, I was working through it, and I was like, I'm working through it, and then And then the shop next door, because I was like at Coffee One and there's a shop next door, and they turned around and they were like, English, sorry, I got so distracted just playing the piano with my toe. They were like, don't listen to them, keep going, keep singing. And I remember, because there was a shop across the road, which was a hearing aid shop, that used to open their doors on my lunch break, and that one that used to open their doors on my lunch break, and like, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm not saying I'm a good singer, I'm not saying I'm a bad singer, because I'm not speaking negativity out into this world, especially not something I don't want to. Anyway, I understand that I am learning, and it is all a learning process, so it is not supposed to be amazing. If it was amazing all the time, how would I learn and grow? What would I do? Just be the same old, like, I was going to say Billy Two-Feet or something like that. I did not get quite to the next bit of my sentence before it just kind of started coming out of my mouth. I would just be the same old shit if I didn't have the opportunity to learn and grow. And I'm grateful to be able to learn and grow. But I can't learn and grow if I'm not amazing at things. If I'm not amazing at things. If I was good at everything, I wouldn't have the opportunity to learn and grow. So I'm grateful to not be good at everything. I'm grateful... Wait, where is it? I'm grateful to not be able to read Maui, but be able to have the opportunity to learn. Have the opportunity to be like, okay, that's the wrong bit of the song. I was reading the wrong bit of the song. Pretty much, I wouldn't have the opportunity to get that wrong if I knew it already. And that's why I'm grateful that we do forget. We forget that we are all that is. And we can never leave all that is, but we can have the perception of forgetting it. And I'm grateful to forget, because I'm grateful to be able to experience the world as new. And learn the most random things at the most random times. I say random, like, I do fully want to go to Montanui. Like, wholeheartedly. I just... Don't ask me why. I cannot give you an actual reason. But my soul is just like pulling me there. It's just like, Urgh! And it's like, okay, spent so long not knowing where to go, what to do. Just been like kind of doing whatever comes into fruition at that point in time. It's been so good. And then I've got that pull. And then I'm like, okay, when the time is right, the right things will be in place for that experience to come into fruition. And I'm like, right now, experience isn't in fruition, so not everything's in the right place at the right time. Not everything's already ready. It's just, we are like, we are vibing through the understanding that I will know all I need to know in each and every moment. I will experience each and everything that I need to experience in each and every moment. And I was going to loop. I don't want to loop. I got so distracted. I'm trying to remember where the torch is for that hat. The opportunity will arise when it's ready. When I'm ready. When all other participants are aligned. Why did I struggle so hard to be able to say participant? I used to have to write that word so much. I remember alright, I've only done one British gymnastics qualification, which is my level 1. But the amount of fucking times you have to write participant. Because obviously, yeah, you can kind of write gymnasts, but that's not transferable to all of the things that is encompassed. Like, you do parts, like, moving further in the realms of gymnastics, you do, like, trampolining and artistic gymnastics and rhythmic artistic gymnastics is what I was doing. And rhythmic gymnastics, acrobatics, there's another one, and then you've got, like, team gym. There's just so much. So, like, participants, a very safe way of being like, I cover all in every situation. Yeah. See, that was something that I thought I wouldn't be able to do, because okay, are we getting into this right now? Yes. I for so long, I was a young leader, because my little sister started gymnastics, and I had to take her to gymnastics a couple times, and I was saying about how I was going to apply for lifeguarding there at the same place, and they were like, if you do young leader, that'll be good rep. And I was like, okay, fuck it, let's do it. Did it, and I was like, okay, when do I become a coach? And they were like, you gotta do level 1 first. I was like, okay. And then I paid for the level 1. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do level 1. And they were like, huh? I was like, well, you told me that I can become coach after I do this thing. And then the person who was supposed to be my mentor, she had courses and she got pregnant. So it didn't really happen for a hot minute. And then I became a coach without my level 1. And then after all of it, I was still pretty much with no help. Very, very little help throughout the entire fucking level 1 that I did. Even though I struggle so much, like, I'm dyslexic, or in this realm of perception, I'm classed as dyslexic. I get it. I also get that I have part acoustic dyslexic tendencies, which I believe is more from my mother, because she is acoustically dyslexic. So she can't store sounds in her short-term memory, which is okay. Moving away from what I was saying before, one of the good examples. Okay, one of the examples of the acoustic side of the dyslexia is I really, really thought handbags were called ham, H-A-M, bags. That's what I heard everyone say. I was like, everyone's calling them handbags. And I turned around to my mother one day. We were walking. I remember what town we were in. I don't remember how old I was. I remember I was not necessarily very old. I was like under 10. I turned around to my mother and I was like, I know why they're called handbags. Because everybody loves ham and it's a bag. And everyone burst out laughing. And I was like, huh? What? They were like, it's handbags because it goes in your hand. And I was like, oh, handbag. Not handbag, handbag. Yeah. It's just such a random thing. But anyway, I was like, I did it. I passed my qualification because, like, the practical and the actual coaching was never an issue. It was all the writing. There was 72 pages of writing and lesson plans, and then you need people to approve your lesson plans, and then yada yada yada. And I was like, I'm swimming in a forest of words right now, and not many people are willing to help me. And I was not that way inclined of being able to ask for help because I was still learning that was a thing that you do. But I did that hard thing. And that hard thing that I did has taught me that I can do more hard things. Like just last night, I had the opportunity to smoke and I was like, no. Do you know what? I'm going to make the big, brave, bold move of not just continuing the path of the past. I'm gonna pave a new way for the future, which is obviously past, present, and future are all in the present moment, because it's the only thing we can experience, and we can perceive the understanding of past and future, but we can never actually experience past and future. We can experience creating the past, present, and future within the present moment. We can't actually experience linear time. Now I do actually need to shower, because somehow it's been 20 minutes again. I just had a little piano break before I was going to go shower, and somehow I made another vibe. Yeah, Mom's neighbour. The memory of that distracted me, and I was like, I've got to talk about ish. Shit. You know? I think my life, if it had been easy, I would not have been the person I am today. If I had not had the trials, tribulations, and turmoil, I would not be the same Atlantis that I am today. I would be a completely different person. Some very noisy chickens outside. So I'm grateful for everything I've been through, even though it was hard, and like where I was coaching gymnastics, even all of the situations surrounding that. Because like it was not a very professional workplace. I was not given a contract or a single work slip in the however many fucking years I was there. I know I wasn't paid for most of it. It was a volunteer. But then when I was being paid, they would take money off me for tax and not pay tax. And that was juicy. Yeah. Had I not experienced that, would I have not got the knowledge of which I do, which is like, they can treat you as family, or they can show you, they can portray that they're treating you like family, but they don't actually give a shit unless they actually give a shit. And like, there is a difference, because I understand that at parts I was, in a sense, treated as family. At part I was, in a sense, treated as someone they cared about. But that doesn't mean that I was in their soul. It doesn't mean I was in their heart. I was just a pawn in their chess game. You know? It's very easy to sacrifice a pawn when all shit's going up. If you know, you know, and there's only 3 people who know, so if you know, good luck. Well, no, if you just randomly come across that knowledge, like, good luck. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to learning this song in Maui and having a glorious shower before the children come home and I have to go to work. I like to end my videos by, in a sense, leaving you with a little bit of reassurance that you are the creator of your reality. You have the opportunity to experience everything. You also have the opportunity to not experience everything. It's like there's things that, let's say my mum, she's had a hard life. She speaks of those hard experiences she's been through and the lessons in which she's gained through it. And I'm grateful that I've been able to learn that lesson through my family lineage without having to experience that pain. So in hearing someone else's story, in hearing where someone else has, in a sense, been fucked over and learnt from it, it gives us an opportunity to learn and grow without having to experience the same level of pain that would have taken. And that's why sharing your story matters, because you can help somebody else. You can help somebody not have to go through the same pain in which you went through, but to learn the same lesson, or get to the same end result, in a sense. You can help people just with your story. And that matters. It matters to help others. It matters to care. If you care enough to make a difference, you shall. If you're too scared and you still care, you have the opportunity to make a difference. You just need to get out your own way. And hopefully, and in seeing me being my authentic, crazy, weird self. I know, I say, in a sense, degrading things to then show you that it's okay to be all these things. But that's not all of who I am. Very interesting individual. I am literally the girl who runs barefoot through the forest. And, like, on my way to work, there's always this one tree that I say hi to every time. It's not like as I'm walking past it, I go, hi. No, I walk up to this tree, people around or not people around, and I put my head on this tree, take a couple breaths, and then I kiss the tree and leave. That is who I am as a person. Like, I am the girl that if I can't be fucked to deal with NPC conversations, like, same old boring shit, I will just go stare at the sunset. I'll go stare at some birds, even if there's clouds. If there's just, like, loads of clouds, I'll be like, oh, what pictures are in the clouds today? What shapes and what shades are we looking at here? I always find something, you know? I always find a positive in any and every situation. Yeah, I am weird, I am authentic, I am, in a sense, crazy. But I am also everything. And I have no ill intent towards another. I have no ill intent towards myself. I love myself so much, but I love every other person with the same amount that I love myself. So when someone's being a class A cunt, probably shouldn't say that on the internet, but when someone's being a class A donut, I have the ability to see they're doing that for a reason. They're acting in this way because of a reaction that they didn't realise they have control over. Have you opened the door again, my dear? Yeah. See, everything's a lot bigger when you stop just looking at yourself. And I know, we spend so long just thinking about ourselves because being in survival mode, you can only perceive yourself. You can only see up to your nose. You cannot see past it. Sorry, was I not giving you enough love? So the moment you step out of survival mode, and you choose to rewire your brain, you choose to rewire your existence, you make a difference. You make a difference in your life. You make a difference in others' lives too. To me, everyone is as valuable as the trees, the ants, the mosquitoes. Even though they may try to bite me, I will set my firm boundaries. But if I don't have to hurt them, I won't. Like, I will try. Okay. I will try and take it outside with a glass rather than kill it. And to everyone else, it's just a simple little bug that's getting in their way that's gonna try hurt them. To me, I'm like, well, that's its means of survival. That's how it understands survival and how it gets to explore this existence. But that doesn't mean it's any less valid than me. Just because the mosquito wants to, in a sense, hurt me. It's like how we hurt the animals for food. Lady looked at me like that. She just looked at me, she was like, well. Everything is equally valid. Everything is equal. You know? Oh, I really need to shower, the kids are coming back. Oh!